for me, I'm still learning. I'm just 2 years in this position as General Treasurer. As you know, I took over from my predecessor Bernhard Rudolph, who suddenly died last year in February. Unfortunately, I wasn't that long together with him, only practically half a year. We were together where he introduced me to this job. I especially thank him for the time I could be with him. Unfortunately, he had to go quite often to Germany, so there was not much time left, and when the sudden death came, when he died in February last year, it was for me very complicated to settle in, because so many things were still new, and as I was a missionary in PNG and treasurer there, things run differently here in Rome. I'm still trying to figure out how things are moving here, but slowly I think I have an overview and know what's going on roughly. You mentioned about the strength of our society. So far what I see now is that can be also a disadvantage, that we are quite a centralized society. That means here in the finance department all the provinces report to us. Not that we control them, but I think the important thing is that we have an overview. What is going on in the provinces, how are the provinces, and according to the constitutions, it is also mentioned there that the provinces have to submit their accounts to the Generalate, so that we know how the situation is, how well or how poorly they are situated at the current time, and also that we can coordinate the funds they have. And I think that is the important thing, because we are centralized and we know what is going on in the provinces. We also can make a decision, say here this province has more of what they need. We can ask them to share with the provinces or regions which do not have. I think this is an advantage we have. Other congregations do not have, where each province is more or less independent, so that we can coordinate the funds to where the better off provinces help the poorer provinces. I think that is a good advantage, and we try to follow that, and somehow it works too, especially via the mission procures we have, but also some provinces, they share with us too, and we can distribute the funds to the poorer provinces. I would say that is definitely a strength we have, but that also can be a weakness, because sometimes I have the impression too that some provinces, they do not make an effort to raise own funds, because they know there are other provinces who will provide. Because so far it most of the time worked, but sometimes when the provinces do not have funds, like we had in several distributions too, that we had to cut down a lot, and we had to inform them, sorry, we cannot help you because we do not have funds. So this comes to the topic of self-reliance too in the provinces, that provinces have to make a stronger effort to be more self-reliant. That means to make an effort, a good effort, to stand on their own feet, to raise funds, invest funds in good and ethical ways. And what I and my predecessor always was stressing too is to build a good base of benefactors. I think that was always our backbone from our founders' time until today. Without the benefactors we won't get anywhere. Only in investments can be very risky, as we saw in recent years too. There are some provinces who have big investments. For some years they were getting good income from that, but for the last 2 years practically nothing. And if a province only depends on investments, for example, like for this year, you would expect no income from that side. So benefactors, I think there is no replacement for that. Without them, I think we cannot do it. And like in Arnold Janssen's time too, benefactors were always there, even if we didn't expect it or didn't know. And now too, I found it surprisingly interesting now that we just started a new mission, and too we were talking about how to fund it, and there are already coming opportunities up from outsiders we never thought of. They ask, can we help? So somehow God provides, even if we don't expect it. So I think benefactors we should keep in mind, we should not neglect, and there I would ask the provinces to make a bigger effort to build up a good base of benefactors. And that is not only from the financial side, but also for mission animation. Benefactors are our communicators to other people. They bring our ideas to other people, and that roots us in the province where we are. I think that would be very important.